Hi, I'm Jacob Maddox. This is my wife, Emily.
I'm a middle school volunteer. He volunteers in the high school. We met when I was a sophomore in high school and he had just graduated. And we met when we were on a mission trip going to Juarez, Mexico with First Baptist.
Is it hard to trust someone? Yes. Especially if you've been burned before, it's hard to trust somebody. But in that respect, I try to live by the philosophy of trust someone until they give you a reason not to trust them.
Like he said, I think it's a lot about what's happened in your past. If you've been burnt before, if someone's lied to you, because then you're going to look for that in every person. And it's just about finding the person that will prove it otherwise, prove that you can trust them and never give you a reason to think that anything is amiss.
Justin told us during our marriage counseling before we got married, die for your spouse. So like every day, die for her. So, sacrifice your life day to day, just from everything that you do. And she does that for me. And that's something I find very attractive about my wife. Plus she's really smart and she makes money.
You're so sweet.
Why I wish I waited. So this is gonna work out really well. It's something I could not ever give my wife. Whenever I married her, I wanted to give her everything in myself. And that's one thing I will never be able to give her from day one till we die. It's the one thing I can't give my wife, and that's just my whole self. And it's sad.
I'm glad I waited because he's the only guy I've ever been with and he's the only guy I will ever be with, and I know that he knows me and my body like nobody else will or can, and it's just a really good feeling. But on his end, it's really hard to deal with not being his first sometimes, and it was something that was hard to get past, is to let that go and know that I'm the one that he chose, and everything that happened in the past kind of needs to stay in the past. Well, I mean, obviously some high school relationships do work out.
They do.
But even thinking back to when we first started dating, I didn't know what sacrifice was. Like he said, I was probably in the relationship for what I could get out of it, not to love someone and be loved back. So I think a lot of high schoolers miss out on how much sacrifice needs to go into a relationship and how much work a relationship actually is. They just think of it kind of on a day-to-day basis, not in it for the long haul. Listen to God.
Yeah.
If you're listening and something's telling you, no, this is not the person that you need to be with, or hey, look at that person, they might be something that you should be interested in, then that voice is probably leading you in the right direction if you're talking to God about it.
You develop a reputation when you are promiscuous like that. Which does not help your calls out with the good ladies. The ladies that you're actually going after for the rest of your life do not want a guy that's just looking out to. It's like a dog. No one wants a dog. Did you fart?
Do not.
What's something different that happens when you get married? Your wife poops in front of you.